last week, another goal for Elisabeth Terland, and she's well on the way to surpassing a total for last season. But her initial contract at the club is expiring at the end in the summer. Is she someone the club should be looking to tie down now to a new contract and have those negotiations begun?
Yeah, I believe they're underway, Asif. I believe the club putting together the plans and stuff to renew a few players as well. So, we're looking at obviously retaining the quality that we've helped to produce, as well as those players taking the opportunity. But I do believe that is underway. I think it's maybe hopefully before Christmas they'll engage in conversation and they'll see where they're at. So it is underway. She's been fantastic this season, as she has been since she's been here, Asif. There's a lot of love for Elisabeth here, and hope that we can retain her services and help her build to the targets she wants to achieve as well as we do.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but if United avoid defeat on the weekend, the team will equal the club record for 10 matches unbeaten in all competitions. With Chelsea showing no signs of letting up in their pursuit of the title, these are sort of the runs that you need to be aiming at if you want to challenge for the title. You're right,
Asif. You're right. We've got to do things that we've not done before. And as much as we've squeezed loads and loads of juice out of what we are, I still think there's loads more to come with our team, especially the additions we've made. So you're absolutely right. We almost have to break our records in order to catch a Chelsea team. They're rampant. So even when they're not playing well as well, Asif, they still get those points. And I think we have to maintain that ourselves, as I'm sure the other teams are trying to do that too. But if we can do that, I didn't know that stat, and that'll be nice. But obviously we're trying to win the game first. So if we can do that, then it should be hopefully we can continue to knock our own records down, and that's what I'm here for.
Cheers, Mark.
Thank you, mate. Have a great day.
Thanks, Asif. Rachel, please.
Hi, Mark.
Hello,
just to ask you initially about your opponents, what you've made of them so far this season. Have you been impressed with what Natalia's done? I guess she's had now a pre-season under her belt. You understand a little bit more what she's trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. And do you know what? You can see her style. I think Natalia, we've played them pre-season, and you could already see exactly the change from last season, Rach, where she wasn't happy, you could tell in games. She changed shape against us. I think it was when we played them at Villa Park, and I think she's kind of kept that shape all the way throughout since. So you can tell her identity is there. I think they're aggressive without the ball. They go player for player on press, and you've seen that in the biggest of stadiums against the other opponents at a high level as well. So I expect an aggressive team, but also with the ball, you can tell their ideas are there. They're trying to move it fluidly, which is again Natalia's style. So I think I'm expecting a really tough game. But what I'd also say is we're in great form. We're in great form. We believe in ourselves, and we've got to take the challenge of Villa on. Villa are scoring freely, but also conceding freely. So hopefully we can exploit that and try and keep a clean sheet this weekend.
And I guess as well, always a good start is important, but particularly against Aston Villa, they've perhaps not always played consistently across the 90 minutes, and there's been a couple of games where they haven't started well. Everton, West Ham come to mind, but equally they come out almost like a different team in the second half. So I guess the importance of capitalising on a good start.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we're at home. We need our energy. I think we've got a block of games coming up now where we need to start properly. I felt against Brighton we were good with the ball, especially at times, but probably just a bit rusty from international, whereas I think we got that out. So hopefully we can put that into a good start against Villa. But then also, as you say, be aware that they will then come out second half and adapt, and so we've got to be ready for everything. But I think we're good at that. I really do. I think we're good at adapting. I think we're good at evolving in game as well as just having game plans. So I'm looking forward to it. Look, it's a tough team, but I've got respect. But also our team are in a good space. So let's take on the challenge of it.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Have a great day.
Thanks, Rachel. Simon, please.
Hi, Mark.
Good morning,
You're
Simon.
Okay. Just to clarify, did you say you expect Elisabeth's deal to be done by the end?
No. Sorry, no. It has been started with the representatives. So yeah,
Right.
so the phase was working up to the summer window. We were looking at recruitment in. Then you look at, during this period here, recruitment in for the winter window, to which we just welcomed another head of recruitment for us, Matthew Lee. So he's coming in to do that, and then during this period, Matt and the team above will be looking at the contracts we want to renew, and looking at a plan and structure for those. But no, I don't expect it to be done ASAP. The market is going crazy, Simon. So I think agencies and so on they'll come to a point hopefully where we agree, but they'll start soon enough.
Thank you. And just in terms of that, you didn't make any kind of secret of the fact when the window closed, you felt that going into the second half of the season you needed more bodies. Although you've done so well so far, we're coming into another congested phase. I'm assuming your general view on your squad and what that looks like for the second half of the season has not changed, and you still expect hope to get more players in.
Yeah, I mean, to clarify that, and again, just because it's words to be used, I don't just want bodies, I want quality. So no, and I know you didn't mean it like that, but just to clarify that as well, I think we need quality in the right areas. Like we need to specify. I always try to build a toolbox of qualities in my teams so that we can adapt and evolve, because look, it takes around 12 games for new teams to get used to how teams have adapted, evolved, and then they start to shut you down in the second part of the season when you play them a second time. So I don't want that. I want to be able to adapt and evolve and get the right players in. So yeah, I do absolutely, working hard to bring players in right now in terms of prep for going into the winter window. And solely because, Simon, because of the turnaround of games, I need to make sure I have the welfare of my players at key. And I love what our players are doing. I think they've been incredible, and I think they will be incredible up until the point of Christmas. And then they just want that extra support. That's it. Look, they won't want it, Simon, because they won't want the competition for places. But that's the reality. If you're going to go deeper into conversation with these competitions, then you've got to be prepared. So I will be looking for, and the club will be looking for. I've no doubt about that. We've already had these conversations to try and add in the winter window.
Thank you.